Whew, Nvidia getting sassy. When I read this article for the first time, my jaw continued to drop lower and lower the further I read down the page. John Teeple wrote this. Apparently he doesn't have a job anymore because he was the marketing director, I guess, of the GeForce Partner Program, and the news today, it no longer exists. So I'm just going to read the whole thing to you. It's not very long. If you want to read it yourself, you can do so via the link below. But this is pretty juicy. I'm going to read this just as is, and then I'm going to translate for you what John actually means here. He says, a lot has been said recently about our GeForce Partner Program. The rumors, conjecture, and mistruths go far beyond its intent. Rather than battling misinformation, we have decided to cancel the program. GPP had a simple goal, ensuring that gamers know what they are buying and can make a clear choice. Nvidia creates cutting-edge technologies for gamers. We have dedicated our lives to it. We do our work at a crazy intense level, investing billions to invent the future and ensure that amazing Nvidia tech keeps coming. We do this work because we know gamers love it and appreciate it. Gamers want the best GPU tech. GPP was about making sure gamers who want Nvidia tech get Nvidia tech. With GPP, we asked our partners to brand their products in a way that would be crystal clear. The choice of GPU greatly defines a gaming platform, so the GPU brand should be clearly transparent. No substitute GPUs hidden behind a pile of techno jargon. Most partners agreed. They own their brands, and GPP didn't change that. They decide how they want to convey their product promise to gamers. Still today, we are pulling the plug on GPP to avoid any distraction from the super exciting work we're doing to bring amazing advances to PC gaming. This is a great time to be a GeForce partner and be part of the fastest growing gaming platform in the world. The GeForce gaming platform is rich with the most advanced technology, and with GeForce Experience, it is the way it's meant to be played. So most of the juicy stuff is further up the article. I'm going to start with the second sentence. The rumors, conjecture, and mistruths go far beyond its intent. I disagree with this because I don't think that many tech channels out there were purposefully trying to misconstrue and spread lies. The problem, Nvidia, is that you weren't explicit about what GPP actually was. I tended to be on the fence. I didn't think you guys were just going to go, totally anti-consumer on us. I think we've seen that plenty of times in the past. That's no good PR for anybody. But when you keep it vague on purpose, you leave open that interpretation for us. And what do you expect? If you're not going to be explicit about what it is, we're going to assume the worst because maybe that's why you don't want to be specific. And then he says, rather than battling misinformation, we have decided to cancel the program. Look, if you thought this thing was like the next godsend, you wouldn't have canceled it. So I'm pretty sure what you're doing here is admitting to at least partial guilt, and what some of the things people were concluding based on the GPP program were actually true. He tries to justify it in the next sentence, had a simple goal, ensuring that gamers know exactly what they're buying, can make a clear choice. Again, more vague stuff, right? He's not trying to defend himself by spewing specific, bullet-pointed facts. He doesn't have that here. He's just keeping things vague because that's how the entire premise of GPP was founded. Keeping it as vague as possible so that we had no clue what Nvidia actually intended to do. When all this originally surfaced, GPP wasn't something that I was just all red-eyed and angry about. Some tech channels just jumped on the bandwagon and immediately detested GPP and talked about how it was super anti-consumer and how Nvidia is just, this is another way to stab the consumer in the back, right? But I didn't do this because I didn't have all the facts at my disposal. Frankly, neither did they, although I kind of see now why they said that, because if they're willing to back off of GPP again, I think this is just the ultimate sign of at least some guilt, because they feel like they can't sustain a program that is being trashed by the community, and rightfully so, right? For good reason, because we didn't have all the facts. We should have. If you're willing to announce a program and keep it vague and allow us to create our own conclusions, what else did you expect? So ultimately what this means is that GPP is now dead. What that means for the consumer, really nothing. At this point, I don't expect we're going to notice any significant change in any AIBs. I've talked to a few, asked them if this affects them at all, and just off the top of their heads, they're not really expecting too big a shift in demand and the way that they partner with both AMD and Nvidia, assuming they have connections with both. I expect we'll still see Nvidia branding out there. We'll still see AMD branding on certain cards. AMD now has their own thing kind of in response to GPP, which no longer exists, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the long run. But this video more or less is just an announcement and kind of just me laughing at Nvidia for once, because this is it's just a little, I don't know, it was a little silly to begin with. It shouldn't have been allowed to escalate to this point, and the fact that they're backing off of it is just to me that's an admission of guilt. So enough about me and my opinions. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. If you feel like disagreeing, go ahead and do that. I want to see you guys duke it out in the comments. Maybe I'll jump in if things get really feisty. Those are the best ones to jump into. If you like this video, be sure to let me know by giving someone a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thumbs down for the opposite. You click that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more content like this. This is Cyan Studio. Thanks for learning with us.